your opinion, do you think there are double standards in how European Western powers deal with Bulgaria as opposed to other member states?
I am a politician, not an analyst, so I can't comment on double standards as you describe it. But here I can highlight that Bulgaria is committed to a full integration within the Eurozone and the Schengen zone. And of course, all this needs to happen according to the EU acquis and the relevant procedures and regulations, which take a little bit of time. We have high expectation as we are bound by the EU acquis to accede to the Eurozone. However, there are certain political processes that also need to take place. But Bulgaria is absolutely ready to accede, and we are now working in that direction.
It seems that Bulgaria and Turkey are on the same page when it comes to trying to convince the European Union. You're already in the EU. Turkey has been trying to get in the EU since 2005. What lessons do you think Bulgaria can offer Turkey in its process or in its commitment to join the European Union?
The European Union is a very complex organism and doesn't necessarily take decisions quickly. Of course, all the decisions taken in the end are the right ones, but they don't necessarily happen quickly.
How do you see your relationship with centre-right political forces like VMRO?
That is actually characteristic of coalitions. They are made up of various parties. If they weren't different, they wouldn't be in a coalition. So often have divergent views on issues that is not something that is out of the ordinary. It is absolutely normal. It would be suspicious if we always agreed.
Well, some would say it could be suspicious to be in partnership with groups that are openly hostile to Romas and Gypsies and migrants and refugees, that want Bulgaria for Bulgarians, Bulgaria first, fortress Europe, they say.
We shouldn't be surprised by criticism. There is often criticism from within the EU itself, from left and right, from a Eurocentric or Eurosceptic groups and persons. Criticism exists within the EU itself. Criticism is part of democracy, and it actually makes us better, makes us stronger. As far as I'm informed about Turkey and the migrants and refugees it's been hosting, I know that the authorities have gone to great effort to see that the migrants stay in their territory and are strictly regulated.
Is corruption a big issue in Bulgaria, in your opinion? And what can be done to counter or contain this?
Corruption is fought through our strong legislation, then transparency and accountability. Our aim is for there to be full transparency and accessibility of information relating to the national and regional budgets, to spending, to public tenders, and all the other information that would be relevant that any citizen would be interested in. That is why we recently also adopted an anti-corruption law, and it is now to be seen how effectively it will be implemented.
Where does Bulgaria place itself with so many competing interests? Is it confused about its mindset? And what could be done to bring Bulgarians back, to stem this decline in numbers?
The main problem is rather the Bulgarians who decided to leave the country and work in other countries. It's not a surprise, because for 50 years during the communist times, Bulgarians did not have the freedom to travel. Over the past couple of years, the statistics have shown that for every 2 people that have left the country, 1 has returned. I'm sure that for every 2 people, at least 2 come back.
Do you think Europe gives Bulgaria some sort of protection and an independence that away from Russia and Turkey?
If we start throwing historical arguments at each other, that means we are prone to miss the aspects of the current day. Here I'll say that history has made us neighbours, and as neighbours we have to be friends. The way I've been taught, if there is a problem, we discuss it. If necessary, we quarrel. But then in the end, we come to resolve it. As we say in Bulgaria, the neighbour is perhaps more important than the brother, because the brother you can see once a week, but your neighbour every day.
Deputy Prime Minister, thank you so much.